15, and I'm here with Steven Gresha, PRO External under the banner Sandigan. Now, Steven Gresha, I have two questions for you. The first question is related to schoolwork, academic work, and council work. And the other question is anything under the sun. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Now, first is what do you think is the biggest problem of the faculty?
I think the biggest problem of the faculty today is that because of the building, it's kind of old. So information dissemination is hard, and especially signal is hard to get inside the classrooms. So with my platform, one platform, the PA system, fixation and speakers installation, I think that optimizes the facilities present already in the building, and by using what we already have and building from that foundation, I think that makes effective leadership. That makes an effective FPSC.
All right, thank you. And last question is, if you were any part of the human body, what body part would you be and why?
I would be our eyes.
Okay, why the eyes?
Because there's a saying that the eyes are the windows to the soul, and I believe that I as a leader and as a person, I'm a very vulnerable person, and whatever you can see, whatever I give to you, whatever I show to you, that is who I am, and I'm not holding back anything. I'm not keeping anything. This is who I am, and I am presenting it to you for you to accept or reject.
All right. Thank you, Steven. And
Today, I'm Robert Gonzalez, your auditor, under the banner Sandigan.
all right. So, Robert, this is how the interview will go. I will ask one question related to council work, student work, any student concern, and one under the sun, not related to any of that. All right. Okay. Now, first question. Wait. See, just cut that. Hold on.
Okay, just say first question again.
Yeah, I will. Okay. First question. Can you cite an example of a situation where you show transparency in your work?
Transparency po. First po, let me define po transparency. For me po, transparency is letting yourself be exposed to the others. Like letting everybody know what you're doing. I believe po na in doing transactions, in doing business, and then working with other people, transparency is very important. Kasi in being transparent, you let other people know what you're doing. In being open with them, you are open to constructive criticisms, and you're open para mabago mo yung mga pagkakamali mo. Open for improvement, parang ganun ba?
Alright. So, second question. If you were a drug, what drug would you be and why?
If I were a drug, I would choose paracetamol. As simple as that. Kasi po, I believe na simplicity, most of the time, simplicity will bring out the best po in us, in most people.
Alright. Thank you, Robert.
My name is Patrick Angelo Armotista from 2B Pharmacy, running as your internal PRO under the banner Sandigan.
Now this is how the interview will go. I'm gonna ask two questions, one related to council work, and the other one related to, well, anything under the sun, probably anything. All right. Now, first question: how can we unify the three departments in the Faculty of Pharmacy?
I have a project po which is Coalesce po. It is an event where you can interact po with the different batches, and not only different batches po, different departments din po. So with that activity po, pwede pong makapag-mingle po yung each department po sa isa't isa. And yung other candidates po ng Sandigan, they also provide activities po which can cater po dun sa problem po niyo.
Alright. Now, the second question: if you were a drug, what drug would you be and why?
If I were a drug po, I would be povidone iodine po or betadine. Since I remember po when I was a kid, malikot po kasi ako noon, so madalas po ako nasusugatan. And my mom used to clean my wounds, and I remember it was such a pain. Sobrang sakit po talaga. And ngayon, since I'm studying pharmacy, ngayon ko na-realize na okay lang pala na maging masakit, basta meron siyang good effect. So, if I would be a drug po, you may think na I would be that drug, povidone iodine, na betadine. I may look like or I may feel like na I may not feel right or I may not look right, pero I can do my job and I will make everything okay po.
Okay.
Michael
Alright,
Malolos,
thank you.
Trinity Medical Technology, running for your assistant treasurer under the banners and leader po.
Alright. Now, this is how the interview will go. I'm gonna ask one question related to council work and another question about anything under the sun. Alright? Are you ready? Okay. Now, first question. Do you think you're entitled to hold this position? And explain why.
Yes, because I believe po that during po sa pagtatrabaho po sa FPSC, I was trained po by the treasurer po of our student council right now. Tapos yung mga natutunan ko po doon, alam kong yun po yung kailangan. Kasi as the executive assistant po of Ate Carissa or po ng treasurer po, naipakita niya po sa akin kung paano yung pera gumagalaw po sa council, paano dapat gastusin, at kung yung pagbibigay po ng importance po sa yung ganitong set of like merchandise, if it's important or it's not that yung hindi siya masyado papatok po sa students, yun po yung natutunan ko po.
Okay, alright. Now, second question. If you were any part of the human body, what part would you be and why?
Well, I think I would want to be yung intestines po. Intestine. Kasi sa intestine po, di ba, it's where yung nutrients po, yung sa kinain po natin yung nutrients po na-absorb. And for me po, gusto ko po, i-absorb, kung ano po yung iti-take in ko, i-absorb ko muna, then I'm gonna decide if it's going to be good for me or not. If it's going to help me. Kasi po, di ba, minsan, absorb ka lang ng absorb. Tapos, minsan, sobra na pala. Like, for example, water, sobra na yung na-absorb mo. Tapos, magkakaroon ng constipation. Or if onti lang yung na-absorb mo, diarrhea naman po. I think, dapat tama yung amount ng ma-absorb mo. At yung tama lang na dapat i-absorb yung ma-absorb po.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Micah. Sit for the interview.
I'm Ives De Ocampo from 3D Medical Technology, running as your auditor for the Faculty of Pharmacy Student Council, independent.
Alright, so this is how the flow of the interview will go. I'm gonna ask one question related to council work and then another question related to anything under the sun. Alright? Alright, so first question. Can you cite an example of a situation where you showed transparency in your work?
Well, when I was in my organization outside the university, which was CMLI, I worked as an auditor. And all our projects, which included a convention, which was an annual convention, we audited everything from our from the things we use, like the projectors, the chairs we use, and also the speakers, how much we paid them.
Okay. Now, second question. If you were, which would you rather test, urine or feces, and why?
Urine or feces? I have to say urine, because aside from the smell being much less pungent, I have to say that with urine you can test a lot of things, and it's easier to test with the multi-sticks, something like that.
Reagent strip.
Yeah, reagent strip. So I'd rather test the urine.
Alright. Would you like to add anything after that?
No, okay.
Alright. Thank you.
Thank you po.
I'm Juan Paulo G. Patak, running for treasurer, independent.
Okay. So this is how the flow of the interview goes. I'm gonna ask one question related to council matters, and I'm gonna ask another question related to anything under the sun.
Okay.
Alright? Okay. So first question. Of your projects, which do you think benefits the students the most?
I think it would be Project Hugot, my main project. So it will deal with recyclables and our trash. So basically po, yung recyclables na to, it would be converted po to our to wheelchairs, plastic tables, and plastic chairs. So basically po yung student body natin sa Faculty of Pharmacy, nakakatulong po sila to our partner communities, and nakakatulong po sila to the social transformation of our partner communities.
Okay. If you're any if you would choose to be any part of the body, what part of the human body would you be and why?
Okay, I would be the human body's a pair of legs.
Why?
Because I think the pair of legs would be the main source of mobility of any human being. And as a treasure, I think it would I would be with my legs I could go places, I could go beyond, and I could be the action that our faculty needs.
I am James Timothy
Thank
Liwag. You're from 0 Pharmacy, your treasure under the banner Sandigan.
Alright. So this is how the flow of the interview goes. I'm gonna ask one question related to council work, and I'm gonna ask another question related to anything under the sun. Alright? Okay, so first question. Of your projects, which do you think benefits the students the most?
Among my projects, I think the Naked Truth is the most beneficial for all the students because yung Naked Truth, siya yung systemic na pag-aalap ng budget ng pondo ng council para sa ibibigay ng mga projects para sa council.
Okay. Would you like to add anything more? Or are you okay? Alright. Now, second question. If you were a drug, what kind of drug would you be and why?
If I were a drug, if I could relate myself to a drug, I think I would be metformin.
Why not?
Metformin kasi, alam niyo po ba, metformin is one of the most prescribed drugs sa diabetes. Next, alam niyo po ba is metformin, kahit wala po kayong diabetes, it's proven na naka-extend siya ng 30% lifespan sa daga, 10 times na lifespan sa worms, and 15 times sa lifespan ng mosquitoes. Parang, as a person, gusto ko kasi yung kahit hindi ako kinakailangan, andun ako, lalo sa mga kaibigan ko, lalo sa sa pamilya ko, yung masaya na, masarap sa feeling yung parang, hindi ka kailangan pero andun ka, yung hindi ka nag-iisa lagi. Yung masaya na, sino bang pwedeng makasama dito? Ay, si James, andyan. Yun yung masaya, yung parang masarap sa pakiramdam na, ay, may lagi akong kasama.
Oh, okay. Alright, thank you.
Magandang buhay po, Faculty of Pharmacy. I'm Alvin Francis Layig from 1H Medical Technology, running independent as your Assistant Treasurer for the Faculty of Pharmacy Student Council.
So this is how the flow of the interview will go. I'm going to ask a question related to council work, and I'm going to ask a second one related to anything under the sun. Alright? Okay. Now, first question. Do you think you're entitled to hold this position, and why?
Bilang 5 taon na po dito po sa ating UST, napatunayan ko po sa sarili ko na karapat dapat po ako dito sa posisyon. Bakit po? Sa lahat po ng taong naniwala po sa akin, sa lahat po ng taong na tinulungan po ako para i-grab po itong opportunity na to, yun po yung nagpo-pursue po sa akin. Siguro po, sa 5 taon ko po dito, puso lang po talaga yung parang nagpapapush po sa akin para gawin po itong lahat po na ito.
Thank you. And then, second question. If you were any part of the human body, what would you be and why?
To be honest, we still don't have the anatomy po na course, but if you dun nga po, siguro ears po, tenga po. Kasi po bilang isang assistant treasurer, my goal is to reach out to the concerns of the students po, to hear each and every one of the student body po. So yun po.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you po.
Hi, good day. My name is Bianca Therese Bamba Rivera, running for Assistant Secretary under the banner Sandigan.
Okay, so this is how the flow of the interview will go. I'm going to ask one question related to council work, and then another question related to anything under the sun. Alright? Okay. So first question. How can the council, or rather you, unify the three departments in the Faculty of Pharmacy?
Well, first is, ang Sandigan po kasi ay may vision. Lalo na po is, sa Assistant Secretary is to uplift student involvement. And then, with that po kasi, yung main purpose ng student involvement is to reduce student apathy in the Faculty of Pharmacy. And through that, ang platform ko po na Pride, which is the Pharmacy Review Inspection and Duty Evaluation, kung saan po pwede mag-suggest and mag-evaluate yung mga students of the Faculty of Pharmacy kung ano po yung pwede pa i-improve sa students, sa EB po, and sa mga projects po ng
Faculty of Pharmacy. And through that, hindi lang po dyan, meron po tayong pwede mag-collaborate with the platforms of our PRO, which is the COALES, and the reunion po of our external PRO body.
Okay, so second question. If you were a dosage type, what dosage type would you be and why?
If I would be a dosage type, I would be an immediate release. Dahil po ang immediate release, immediate po yung action niya. And like po, as an assistant secretary and an ED of the Faculty of Pharmacy, gusto ko po agad-agaran yung aksyon ng para matugunan ng problema ng isang sa Faculty of Pharmacy.
Hi, I'm Daniel NC Encinares, running independent as your Assistant Secretary for the Faculty of Pharmacy Student Council.
Now, Danny, this is how I'm gonna ask the questions. This is how the flow will go. I'm gonna ask one question related to council work and another question related to anything under the sun. All right? All right. Now, first question: how can we unify the 3 departments in the Faculty of Pharmacy?
So I think that the best way to unify the Faculty of Pharmacy is to the Student Council. We all know that the Faculty of Pharmacy Student Council is open to the 3 departments. And as we converse into one specific body, we would be able to ensure and think about our ideas and envision and uphold the essence of a true Faculty of Pharmacy.
Okay, next question. If you were a drug, what drug would you be and why?
If I was a drug, I would probably be a penicillin, because we all know that Alexander Fleming discovered it coincidentally. And during that time, people tend to underestimate that drug. And now, it has been such a basis to other antibiotics. And like me, I think that I'm also this drug that is an underdog, that people tend to underestimate the power of an assistant secretary. But I think that an assistant secretary would be able to work hand in hand not only with the secretary but also to the body of the Faculty of Pharmacy Student Council.
Okay, thank you.
Alexa Calianta, your secretary under the banner Sandigan.
Okay, so this is how the flow of the interview goes. I'm going to ask you one question related to council work and then another question related to anything under the sun, alright?
Yes.
Okay. Now, first question. How can we unify the 3 departments in the Faculty of Pharmacy?
Yes, I have a project po, Wellness Wednesdays. It's a thing that we do every Wednesday, one Wednesday every month, where we have yoga and Zumba classes, stress management series, and others. For the yoga and Zumba classes po sana, I wanted to do it after every monthly exams, preliminary exams, that we have it so that we can release our stress na din po from the exams, from our grade of year. And then also din po yung different events that the secretary will push through, that the secretary will have to help our council members organize. I think a lot of our platforms po, ang main goal po is to unify the student council. Not only unify that, but to also help each and every student in the student body step out of their shells na parang they won't be just ordinary students of the Faculty of Pharmacy, but also become one with us, become one unified council working for one vision and one goal.
Okay, thank you. And one more question. If you were a drug, what drug would you be and why?
Oh, I want to be an anti-neoplastic drug for cancer. An example would be tamoxifen. Yes, because this can be personal, right?
Yeah,
okay, because my lola was diagnosed with cancer before, and I think anti-neoplastic. Oh my God, it's okay. Okay, I think anti-neoplastic drugs give you that glimmer of hope in those hopeless cases. That, for example, cancer. They give you that super, like, even if you think that there's no more hope that you will live, those drugs help you realize that there's still more time, that it can buy you more time. And I think that's what I am as a person. Even if I feel like people judge you for being a hopeless case, for being terrible, for being such a terrible person, I think inside you there's something like this little hope na mabait ka, na you're a good person. And yeah, I believe na ako yung type of person that sees the good in everyone. And
like an Antonio Plaza drug, I want to be that hope. I want to be that hope in a hopeless place, like what Rihanna said.
I'm Astro Marcelo from 3A Biochemistry, the former treasurer of the Biochemical Society, running for the position Vice President under the banner Sandigan.
Okay, so this is how the flow of the interview goes. I ask you one question related to council work, anything related to the student body, and then the second question will be about anything related under the sun. So it could be anything, alright? Okay, first question. For the past 3 years of your stay in the university, what made you think you deserve the position?
Nailek po kasi akong treasurer ng Biochemical Society last year, and napansin ko po nung ando na po ako sa executive board is may mga problema pa po palang na-experience ang organizations. And with that po, parang, ano kaya yung magagawa ko para sa organization namin? So, Vice President po yung tinakbo ko kasi sila po yung mainly na nag-handle ng mga organizations. With that po, with the position of Vice President, I will have the power, more power than a treasurer of the Biochemical Society na matap po yung mga resources para po matulungan yung mga organizations. And I think I deserve that position through that I am experienced enough po.
Anymore? Okay. Thank you. And the second question is, if you were an amino acid, which amino acid will you be and why?
For me po, glycine. Simple, pero maraming nagagawa.
Oh, okay. Okay. You finished? That's it? Okay. Thank you. Thank
Sige
you.
po.
Hi, I'm Marian Oliveros, running as your Vice President Independent.
So Marian, this is how the flow of the interview will be. I'm going to ask one question related to council work and a second question related to anything under the sun. Alright? Okay. So first question. For the past 4 years of your stay in the university, what made you think you deserve the position and why?
For the past few years, I've been involved in the Faculty of Pharmacy Student Council. And through this involvement, I believe that I helped uphold the vision of the Faculty of Pharmacy Student Council as the highest governing body of the Faculty of Pharmacy. Thank you.
Thank you. Second question. If you were a dosage type, what would you be and why?
So, if I would be a dosage form, I choose to be a parenteral intravenous solution because it reaches the body with 100% bioavailability and reaches its maximum effect as a drug. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm Abigail Palpalato from 2C Medical Technology, running independent as your secretary for the Faculty of Pharmacy Student Council.
Alright, Abigail, this is how the flow of the interview will work. I'm going to ask you one question related to council work and another question related to, well, anything under the sun. Alright? Okay. First question is, how can you unite the 3 departments in the Faculty of Pharmacy?
So I think one of the issues right now is that we seem to be divided, the 3 departments. Though we're in one Faculty of Pharmacy, there are still very evident divisions. So what I want is to unite all the departments, and through my project, Project Masagot Ko, and the other platform, which is the Pharmacy Youth Ready, what I want to happen is that they be more involved in the student council. Kasi the student council should be one of the organizations na mag-unite talaga sa faculty. And through that, parang they would feel that they belong in one faculty through the projects that they could propose and be more involved in our community outreach programs.
Okay, alright. Thank you. And the second question is, if you were any part of the human body, what body part would you be and why?
I think one of the human body part that I would want to be would be the tongue. I think because the tongue allows us to speak. It's one of the major organs that allows us to speak. And I think that's one important thing that I would like to emphasize, because we all have a voice, and it's important that we get to voice out any opinions that we have, and we shouldn't be shy to limit ourselves into whatever we want to say. So that's what I would want to do.
Alright, okay. Thank you, Abigail.
Thank you, Ate
And that's it.
Good day, I am Cheryl Hardgoer, running as your president under the banner Sandigan.
So this is how the interview will work. I'm going to ask you one question related to council work and another question related to anything under the sun. Alright? Okay. So first question, for the past 3 years of your stay, what made you think you deserve the position?
I think yung reason ko why I ran would be given na naging incumbent officer na po ako. So for the past 3 years, I was part of the council. First year po ako, I was part of the promotions. Second, also of the promotions. And this naging EB nga po ako this year. And I was exposed to kung ano nga po ba talagang katotohanan inside. Process, pasikot-sikot po sa inside ng ating FPSC and ng ating administrasyon. And hindi lang po yan. Given na naging internal PRO po ako, which is one of the, I believe, hardest job sa loob po ng FPSC kasi kailangan involved ko po sa lahat ng nangyayari. I was able to go to a central board meeting, nalaman ko na rin po talaga yung mga katotohanan inside the university. And therefore, I believe na as the president of the FPSC, mapaglalaban ko po talaga yung mga boses ng estudyante na ating kolehiyo.
Okay, thank you. And okay, second question. Which would you rather test, feces or urine?
I'd rather test feces because I really enjoyed parasitology. It may be harder though because you have to wear, mas marami kang kailangang suotin, you have to wear a mask. Siyempre, gusto mong i-protect yung sarili mo. And yung mga andun po, usually airborne, am I right? Yung mga parasites po na makikita natin.
Example?
Example po is yung mga Georgianavia, which you can, yung mga Trichomonas vaginalis and Ascaris. So, for me po, I'd rather na feces yung i-test dahil I enjoyed it personally. And I think sa trabaho po natin, and sa loob po ng konseho, dun po tayo, hindi po yung pa-safe na tingin ko po pag sa position po na to, sure na mananalo ko. Hindi po, dun po tayo sa alam mo, magagawa mo efficiently yung trabaho.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Michaela C. Aguilar, running as independent candidate for the Faculty of Pharmacy Student Council President.
So this is how the flow of the interview will be. I'm going to ask one question related to council work, and I'm going to ask another question related to anything under the sun, alright? Okay, let's start. Now, first question. For the past 3 years of your stay, what made you think you deserve this position?
For the past 3 years, I was able to actively involve myself in the Department of Medical Technology. During my second year, I was the internal vice president of the MTS, and now I am the president of of the Medical Technology Society under our department. So, naniniwala po ako nung nandun ako sa MTS, I was able to empower the students, the medtech students, to the best of their ability, and not just academically, but also holistically po. And that is, I can say, that I am now ready to extend my value of service to the whole Faculty of Pharmacy. Kasi ang gusto ko po ngayon sa council, I want the council to be more than just a council that reaches out to the people, a council that empowers students. Not just the students also, but also the student organizations.
Okay, thank you. And last question. Which would you rather test, urine or feces? And why?
Okay. So what will I test? I guess po, hindi po ako pipili, kundi I will decide kung ano talagang necessity nung pasyente para ma-diagnose talaga yung disease. Because as a medical technologist, hindi po tayo namimili ng gagawin. Kasi kailangan po natin isipin, kahit gano'n yan kabaho, kahit gano'n yan kadumi, kailangan natin yung itest. Kasi our goal is to diagnose the disease and to help the people.
Okay.
Thank you po.
Thank you.
Thank you po.
I'm Zarina Joy Zari Rivera for clinical pharmacy, running for the position of president in the next Faculty of Pharmacy Student Council.
Yep. And then so this is the flow of the interview. The first question will be something related to council work, and the second question is going to be something related to anything out of the work. Okay? Okay. First question. For the past 4 years of your stay, what made you think you deserve the position?
Sa 4 na taon ko dito sa Faculty of Pharmacy, gusto natin magsulong ng isang alternative na konseho kung saan na magiging parte ang mga estudyante at titindig ito sa mga bawat laban na kinakaharap ng mga estudyante. I-ensure niya na hindi lang ito desisyon ng council or ng mga council members, kundi desisyon na kung saan mismo yung kukonsultahin bawat mga estudyante sa bawat policies or issues.
Okay. Thank you. And the second question is, if you were a dosage form, what dosage form would you be and why?
I'd rather be an injection for IV or intravenous, since IV is 100% bioavailable and mostly used in emergency cases. So dahil we want a council wherein it will be 100% service oriented to the students.
Okay, thank you.